Alright guys, welcome back again to my channel, and it's your guy Kingsley. I'm here to give you another episode on my trading journey, I'm just going to be telling you guys about. But first of all, let me just say something first. For the guys on TikTok, I have a camera here, and for the guys on YouTube, I'm actually looking at my PC. I'm using my PC to record. I'm using my camera here to video for the guys on TikTok and other platforms like Facebook, blah 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 blah. All right, let's get to the video. All right, guys, I want to tell you guys on how to re-enter a trade, or let me say how I re-enter my trade. All right, I'm just going to show you guys is on the chat. So guys on TikTok, you're not going to be seeing the charts. All right, but the guys on YouTube, you're going to see the chart because I make it for you to see the chart. All right, so first thing first is going to be a very quick video, and the very first thing on how to re-enter a trade. Don't allow. You see a lot of traders will tell you or enter one trade a day. Well, you can do all those rules if you like, but me, I can sometimes re-enter a trade. All right, yesterday it's not yesterday. For yesterday, I think I re-entered a trade, but there are rules to do this. All right, there's how you do this. There's how you re-enter a trade. You don't just you just don't get stopped out in a trade and then you re-enter the trade instantly again. No, there's protocols to this, and I'm going to show you how I do mine. That is how I do mine. All right, how I do mine is what I'm showing to you. And the very first thing is, first of all, is to accept the loss. Guys, I have my script right here where I write down the things I'm going to tell or say to you guys. So yeah, bear with me if you see me look towards this side, or if you're watching, maybe it's towards this side for you, but for me it's towards this side. All right, so the first thing is to accept the loss. Accept that, okay, yeah, after taking a loss, that's the very first thing, is to accept the loss. First thing is to accept the loss. There's no stressing on that. Sit down, breathe in. All right, okay, we took a loss, and it's fine. It should be fine because you should must have accepted the loss before you take that trade. But that aside, so the second thing is to reassess that market structure. That is the second thing I usually do. I try to reassess the market structure. I try to look at, are we actually in the trend? Are we in the way I like the market to actually be moving, or are we just bluffing around, or the market just messing around with my brain or messing around with the charts? So that's the second thing I always like to look out for. I like to reassess the market structure. uh, is everything still in place? Are we still trending? Are we no more trending? Are we still in good areas of interest? I like to trade out of area of interest. Right now I'm actually on a trade on AUD CAD, and it's still moving very well. I'm still seeing everything that I need to see on the trade. It's still, yeah, very still in the trade. So that's it. So we have to, first of all, reassess the market structure. That's what I do. I reassess the market structure. I don't just hop into a trade just like that. All right. And then the third thing I usually do is going to really be somehow like a short video. The third thing I usually do is to wait for a clear re-entry signal. Guys, this is the main thing in this, four to five things I'm about to say. Wait for a clear re-entry signal. All right. You don't just, okay. Before, usually when I get into a trade and I get stopped out, I'll usually just hopping back again. Maybe because I saw, maybe if it was a buy, I wanted to buy. I just saw probably a green candle. I just hopping back again in hope that, oh, I think the market just gonna go up again. No, the same reason that you enter that trade for is the same thing you have to see again. All right, you have to see that same thing again. You don't just enter a trade like that. You have to see that same thing. For that, the reason that you enter the trade the first time, you have to see it again. Be it, for my case, is usually engulfing candles, double tops, double bottoms. These are usually my entry criteria. Morning stars, evening stars, blah 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 blah. You know them. Check on my YouTube, you see my entry strategy, what I use to enter the trade. So it should be the exact thing that makes you enter a trade, should be the exact thing, should be the same thing you should see, and even more. All right, you should even see more. So don't just get in from like what, how do they call it, guesswork. Don't just get in through guesswork. Oh, I think, okay, I think it's going to go up now. You just cleanse on that thing can mess your mind. Like some traders will be like, okay, just clearing liquidity. Okay, I think it's going to go up from here. No, wait, see that same entry you like likely see that same engulfing candle, see that same morning star, and then you can enter the trade. If you hit the stop loss, then you say, okay, I think the market is just messing around me, because sometimes the market will just keep on doing like this, and after, at the long run, you find out that the market was entering a range. All right, there's something called pre-range and range in market. All right, Sometimes the market is about to enter a range. During that period, you cannot see it, so you'll be taking some losses. But then after a while, when it has really formed that range, you know, like, oh, market is really range. I'm not supposed to even trade. If someone like me, I don't like to trade ranging markets. In fact, I don't like. I try not to always trade ranging markets. But sometimes indisciplines to make me trade ranging market. Ah, God help me. But anyway, that's by the way. So that is the thing. Try to always see those same things that will make you re-enter a trade. Try to see them, and then try to see those things that usually will make you even enter a trade in the first place. Try to see those things, and then you can now re-enter your trade. Also note what invalidates your entry. All right, that's one thing. I just thought I wanted to add that one on my script. Also note things that invalidate your entry. All right. So while you're trying to look for entry, look at the things that the market is doing. That this is not what I would like to see in the market. All right. Try to look out for those kind of things. Oh, sorry, this jacket is really heavy. Like this jacket is really heavy, like crazy, man. It's very heavy. I'm feeling like I'm carrying the whole world in my back. So try to seek out for things that invalidate a trade. All right, your entry. Try to seek out maybe you're seeing signs that the market might not go to that direction, or no, it's you know what I mean. All right, you know what I mean. So that is the third reason. That is a very important reason. All right. And then the last one is manage risks. I believe if you're re-entering a trade, for me, I like to take a lower lot size since previously I've reached already. Probably I'll just if I was risking, let's say let me use dollar amount. If I was risking, let me say $20 in the first trade, the second trade I would likely just be risking $10. All right, because mostly the next trade I'm taking is likely just so as to recover the previous loss. Because most times my first trade I'll be going for 1:3, but if I'm entering a second one I'll be going for 1:2. I just want to recover my previous loss, and then just maybe a little bit of profits too. So let's say first one I lost $20. First trade I was risking $20. The next trade I'll be risking $10. So as to sorry, just to recover the trade. So I'll be probably taking in $20 back just to recover the profit, or sometimes I'll just leave for $25 so as to just recover a little bit of profit. So that is how it should be for you. I think it should be for also you guys too. So I hope you really get value from this video very well, because this is how I actually also re-enter my trade. And for the TikTok guys, bye. Let's get into the chats for the YouTube guys. Goodbye, you TikTok guys. All right, TikTok guys, sorry, YouTube guys, the TikTok guys are gone. Let me now show you guys. This is a trade I am actually on. You could see I could not really concentrate while I was making the video because I was looking at the market. That's why I don't like when I enter a trade. I like to do this thing. Alex G, I don't even know that guy. Alex G said and forget. That thing really helps a lot. Yesterday I took it. Let me show you a USD JPY trade that could have potentially be a very good win for me, but because I'm all looking at the trade, well, it should have actually definitely this kind of trade I would have still gone out. Let me show you guys. Let me just hide this thing so that you can see this. Guys can see very well. Hide. All right, guys, you can see this market did not stop me out. It approached my stop zone, but did not stop me out. All right, and then see what it rallied for. Now I usually will not mind all these ones here. See all these ones here, I usually will not mind it because normally I will not hold my trade that long. I would take my profit in the next zone. This is usually where I'll take my next profit, in the next area of interest, which is this one. So definitely I wouldn't have definitely tried to target any of these. I'll try probably always get my next stop loss. My this thing my next trade will be at a key level, and this was where I would have probably gotten out from. This was a trade. It's really I closed the trade in loss. It didn't hit my stop loss, but man, I don't think I will see markets approach this close to my stop loss, and I won't just close it anyways, because I've said myself, for you some for if you're using a small account, probably that will just be a tiny amount, but for someone that's using a big account, not I'm not using a big account. I'm trading a 5 10K account. So for me, this would be a $25, maybe $15 loss escape for me. All right, for someone that's trading big account, just this small PPA that would be a big money he's actually escaping. So I just close out like why not just close this trade? Why allow it to hit TP? high stop loss. So I don't really think I would have held this trade very well. That is why I actually need to work on where I keep my stop loss, because definitely this is the kind of place I also always like to keep my stop loss below, like I around here. This is how I like to actually keep my stop. But sometimes I just get too indisciplined, and I need to work on that. I need to really work on that. All right, I need to really work on that. So this was a trade I took on yesterday, and he rallied very well. I saw the trade. I saw a third chart of the trend line. Let me show you guys on the 4 hour time frame. I'm using this means to also show you my strategy, to teach you my strategy. I mean, all right, you can see first, second, third chart of the trend line, the Fibonacci, everything clicks, everything matches, and the FOMC came, matched it up, pulled it up. So why am I showing you this trade? I want to show you that I wanted to re-enter this trade, but there were actually reasons why I didn't re-enter the trade, and I believe those reasons were actually legit. Though I saw a re-entry. So after I closed the trade in loss, I actually now saw another re-entry, which was this engulfing, this 1 hour engulfing, bullish engulfing candle at a key level. Remember, I like these things to be happening at the key level. This 1 hour bullish engulfing candle at the key level. On the pullback like this, I have probably gotten in. You can see it closed above this psychological level 15200. So definitely this is the kind of trade I will probably re-enter again. But there were three reasons to why I didn't actually enter this trade, and I think it's valid. I do it hurts me, but I think it's a reason to not actually enter the trade. First reason was the timing. All right, London was already over. All right, London was already over. It was approaching Nigerian time. It was approaching 6 o'clock. It was past 5. All right, so that was the first reason, and I don't like to take a trade during that period. All right, I can hold a trade during that period, but I don't like to take a trade during that period. Hope you understand what I mean. I don't like to take a trade during that period. I can just, sorry guys, let me adjust a little bit. I can either hold the trade during that period, even overnight, but I would not like to take a trade during that period in a pair like USD JPY. All right, so that was the first reason. Second reason is that I'm actually taking a loss in this same pair. All right, I'm actually taking a loss, which is my normal loss for a day. But I can always sometimes re-enter if I'm very certain about the trades, which I was certain about this. But because I've also taken a loss, and or coupled with the timing, and then next thing there was news FOMC by 7. Like all these things, just like, bro, just leave it. All right, you say another trade one time to take. Though it hurt me because this thing really moved a lot, and the same thing happened on Euro USD too. The same thing, timing, and I also taking a loss that day. That was just yesterday. I was taking a loss that day, and also the news. Those three things were the one that make me not re-enter this USD JPY trade. So I just left it, and then I just came back. It was around 8 p.m. Nigeria time. I just came to look at the channel. And I saw this massive candle here. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It was very very annoying. I think every trade I go through that. Me, I go through that, like missing trades. All right. I just say it is what it is, and you could also see this head and inverse head and shoulders from here. Show head, shoulder. You can see it from here. So yeah, it was a pretty much a very good one. It was a very very good one. So yeah, that was it. And then on Euro USD, this was a trade. Actually, why I'm also kind of excited is at least it just shows that my technicals are very good, and this trade was also the one I missed yesterday, and there's also another one that played out today, but I since I was in Audi card I couldn't take this one, but this was also a very good one, a good setup, but I was already on Audi card. So this one here, same thing. I want them on market to break this trend line, pull back, give me an entry, because I like to see an entry confirmation. I don't like to just before I'll have a zone play my want to enter there, but if I don't see, I want to see my entry confirmation like double tops engulfing, and I need to see reason to enter that trade, not just okay, got to the level. We need an area of interest, we need a point of interest, we need a trend, and we need an area of interest, and we need a entry confirmation. That's the last thing, entry confirmation. My own is usually engulfing candles, mostly engulfing candles, pin bars, healthy pin bars, and morning stars or evening stars. All right, so yeah, that's it guys. You could see Euro USD, this thing guy, I'm very excited myself. I predict the market very well, and my technicals are very good guys, very very good. So yeah, thank you very much guys. I think the only trade this week that did not go accordingly, or my prediction, sometimes I predict market but I don't take the trade, maybe because I'm in another trade, or maybe because um Mostly because I'm in another trade or I'm looking out for another to take another one. But the way trade I didn't go according to my prediction was USD card. I think let me look at USD card. Was USD card. That was, I think that was on when? This was on Tuesday. I didn't take any trade on Monday. Monday usually nowadays I don't trade on Monday, guys. I don't trade on Monday at all. So yeah, this was it. This was it. I entered for a buy. But do you know, guys, this was actually a very good trade. This is actually a good trade. We were with the trend, we were in an area of interest. I saw what I needed to see, engulfing candle at an area of interest, but the market just did its thing. All right, you could see we are above this psychological level 1.39800. This yellow bar here, we are above it, and we broke a trend line. But I just said a trend line for because this was how I drew the trend line actually. All right, this was how I drew the trend line, and it for me it broke the trend line, we tested the trend line, then I got in, but then we had this very massive hit to the downside, which is fine. It's just part of the loss. If your risk management was intact, you would probably not. This will not be a problem for you. So thank you much, guys, for staying up to this point, and I'm going to make more videos. Mostly the reason for this video was how I enter my trades. But if you stay up to this point, thank you. This is how I trade simple price action. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you next.